can you hear me?
I certainly can.
It's Chippy here in the RTE in Dublin, Stephen. I'm just wondering, Brian was saying there that England were lacking the cutting edge. I'm just wondering, looking at Harry Kane, who's possibly going to win the Golden Boot, started off the tournament fantastic, and at the end he looked like Mick Donovan playing for Grosvenor Lane. What happened there, Brian?
Sorry, I missed that last bit. He looked like who?
He looked like, you know, Mika Donovan used to play for Grosvenor Lane. Well, regardless.
No, he played for Windmill Wasps.
Windmill Wasps, or Stella Maris after that. I'm just wondering, what happened? Did the pressure get to him, Brian?
I think he was jacked. I just think Hardy was jacked. Too many matches, too close together.
And just to translate that for the cultures, jacked means...
Bunched.
Oh, bunched.
Or knackered, either. You can, whatever.
But how come he was more knackered than, for example, Hazard or any other player in the tournament?
Because he ran more and he isn't as fit as them. Those continental fellas, all little buzzers, they still had loads in the tank.
I find it amazing because he looks like a butcher's assistant and he ended up playing like one.
That's a bit harsh now. That's a bit harsh.
I'm just saying, you don't expect him to be a world-class player, but he's going to finish with the Golden Boot, and fair play to him. But it's a pity it finished the way it did. Do you agree, Brian?
It's a pity it finished as it did from an England point of view.
Well, he won't finish with the Golden Boot if either Griezmann or Mbappe get a hat-trick tomorrow. So let's just wait till we see what happens.
What will they do?
Yeah, tell you, Stephen.
They divided it in 3, Dan, wouldn't it?
It's based on assists. And I think Harry Kane had 0.
Yeah, Stephen. This is Eamon Duffy in RTE. You're going to end up with a Golden Boot and I boo you out of here. Listen, Brian.
Yeah.
Brian, are you in Russia, are you?
What?
Are you in Russia, or are you in a corridor down the road?
Down the road?
Are you in Russia?
Not today. I was last week.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, if you're coming back, will you bring us some a bottle of Bollinger, some vodka, a palais fragrat and a spatula, if you can get it through, OK?
He'll do his best.
OK, thanks very much, lads. While we have Brian on the line, we might just hold you there, Brian, because you've been talking to us about the Melogent corners in the tournament. So we've put a compilation together. You might do a voiceover for us, Brian.
Welcome to Kerr's Melogent corners. Now, the thing about the corner is, rule number 1, you've got to clear the first man, but he doesn't. It's Wojciech and Melogent. I'd take a better corner wearing a pair of novelty slippers. There's your man with the fuzzy heads. Taxi for Chadley. It's his job to beat the first man, but he doesn't, because he's Melogent. I've seen more technique from a fella kicking a wet plastic bag in Dollymount Strand. There's another one, gets it out with his snot. Ball coming in again, does he clear the first man? He dunks it out. Ball coming in again, and there. Gee, these fellas actually get paid for this. Here comes another corner in, and that was Melogent in the extreme. Now look at what happens. Your man De Bruyne against the ball. He's running down the pitch there like there's no tomorrow, and he plays it to a fella who isn't De Bruyne, who plays it across. And stop it there, Bosco. We know what happens. The result of taking a crap corner, and you're absolutely Melogent.
Thanks very much, Brian. We're going to go to a commercial break, but Keith Andrews has joined us from a fitting in Louis Copeland's. Before we go to the break, Keith, you might just do your face for the ladies. Thanks very much. Welcome back. Keith, you were saying you're very impressed with Belgium.
Yeah, I was very impressed with the variety of Belgium's goal scorers, the amount of different goal scorers they had in the whole tournament. They actually had 10 different goal scorers. Thomas Meunier was, in fact, the 10th Belgian goal scorer to score a goal. So it equals the record of the amount of scorers in a single edition of the World Cup. The previous record was in 2006, held by Italy. And before that, it was 1982, 10 goals scored by France. And I think that's a great insight and a real indictment of the ecclesiastics within the Belgium squad.
Thanks very much, Keith, for the crack. Eamon, I think we have that clip you wanted to look at in the first half.
Why is he doing the same face as me? It's my face. I've given you everything you have, except your hair. And what are you saying, Chippy?
We found that clip of Lukaku you wanted to look at in the first half.
Yeah, but it happened in the second half, Chippy.
Yeah, but...
The second half. OK, just show it, roll it there. Now, look, this is rubbish. This is beautiful by De Bruyne, but that touch, that is what 80 million quid buys you. That is why Marino is a fool. Look at that, look at that. He's got as much control over that ball as Roy Keane does over his own mouth. That is a disgrace.
That's very harsh, Eamon. I'll have to interrupt you there. We have to hand over now to the Alkanator and Kerosene for the medal ceremony.
And you're welcome back to St. Petersburg. Seems to be taking an age, this medal ceremony, as they usually do. How complicated can it be to get 23 medals? Oh, Mr. Infantino is here. He wants to move the World Cup from 32 matches to 48 in Qatar in 4 years' time. Surely that's too many.
48 teams.
Indeed.
Not matches. The number of matches that take me a while to work out the number of games that amounts to, Stephen. But look, I think it's far too many. But then again, you know, it means a lot more happier people around the world get the chance to follow their team at the World Cup. And we might make it ourselves again.
FIFA will now present
Alderweireld and De Bruyne. They probably cannot wait to get that business class plane back to Belgium tomorrow. The referee gets the first congratulation from the president of FIFA, Ali Reza Fagani, who was in charge of 4 different games at this World Cup. Apart from getting in the way a few times, he did all right.
Yeah, he did fine. There wasn't too many controversial incidents in the match. Missed the one where Rashford was kind of pushing the back from Vermeil, and England get a penalty, probably may have scored. But other than that, he did all right in the match. Big honour for him. I don't think we've seen too many Iranian referees in the past at the latter stages of World Cup games, so fair play to him. And you know, he obviously got it on his performance in the other games that he did, that he did a good job.
Good to see the England squad have stayed out in the pitch to respect the opposition that will be led up by Eden Hazard, the captain,
And now,
to a standing ovation. Belgium, who were the top scorers, or are currently the top scorers in the tournament, unlikely to be beaten, who've won 6 out of their 7 games against teams from all 5 federations. It's been quite a tournament for them, starting back on the 18th of June when they beat Panama by 3-0, then Tunisia by 5-2. England with their reserve team by 1-0, the goal from Januzaj, and then what a run through the knockouts. Japan 2 goals down to come back and win 3-2. Brazil beat them 2-1. That was a huge shock just 8 days ago, and then losing to France in the semi-final in St. Petersburg. Where we are now, and it's them getting the medals, and deservedly so, for 3rd place at World Cup 2018.
Yeah, and I have enjoyed watching them, Stephen. I mean, we expected good things from them before the World Cup. They were one of the favourites, but with Spain and Germany and Brazil and Argentina going by the board, you would certainly have given them a chance. They were a little bit unfortunate against France. They had plenty of the ball, just couldn't break down that French defence to get the goal back. I don't think De Bruyne had played at his best in this tournament, or Hazard just a little bit below the level that we saw of them, particularly Hazard in the season before last. De Bruyne this season, where he just missed out. Henry going up to get his medal, but his own country playing the final tomorrow, so sure he has mixed feelings about the team he's working with not being in the final tomorrow.
Not a bad thing to have on your CV, though, and no doubt France will beckon in the years ahead. Roberto Martinez, so well known to watchers of the English Premier League. He's been with Belgium for a couple of years, and you'd have to say, despite all the criticism that's shoved in his direction, he's done a good job.
Yes, I thought at the time he was lucky to get the job. You know, his record of recent season at Everton hadn't been very good. Wigan were relegated, just to win the cup, but he's always been known for playing adventurous football, or trying to impose a style that looks easy on the eye. Not too much emphasis on defence at times, which cost him at Everton. But I think with this team, he's done a very good job. He got through the World Cup unbeaten. They're one of the teams that I think probably the best form in Europe in the qualification. I think he was flexible.
Now that gives you an idea of the backroom team behind a squad of 23. The doctors, the physios, the dietitians, all the people who toil away in the background and never get mentioned. But for them, this is also a bronze medal, which goes very nicely on their yellow shirts. Belgium, third at the World Cup 2018. We look forward to the final tomorrow between France and Croatia, live on RTE2.
Yeah, I told you, you rubbished me before the game. I told you he was playing. Fellaini, he was playing, look at it, it's there.
It's lovely hair, Fellaini.
He's got a medal.
He got a medal.
You rubbish me, it's a disgrace.
So
disgrace.
It's goodbye to England. We got a great spin out of them, but ultimately they were like being followed by a Groucho Marx impersonator with asthma. Close, but no cigar. We'll be back after these messages.
I know what it is. I know the answer to that question. It's a disgrace. It's Qatar. It's Qatar.
Don't give away the answer, Eamon.
No, it's not. It's Iceland. No, it's not. It's Brazil.
It's Qatar. Qatar.
Why?
That's how you say it. That's
You
how
say
you pronounce
Qatar.
it. It's Qatar.
Yeah. Why is it the World Cup in Qatar, Chippy?
Well, look at FIFA. They blattered to deceive.
This is all
I
very,
know
very
what I'm
clever.
saying, Eamon.
Clever. Okay,
Yeah.
but it could be Qatar. My preference is Iceland. I think Iceland are going to come in and win that one.
Well, hopefully to get all their clapping going. If they do get it, if it changes, at least we get to see the clappy thing. Keith, you wanted to have a look at the England system they employ for corners.
Yeah, well, obviously the English always like a cue, don't they? Yeah, we can have a look at it here from the corner there, and you can see them all lines up, you know, in a queue. And I suppose it's worked for them. The set pieces, they've scored 9 goals from set pieces in this particular World Cup, but didn't really work out this time. But here's an example of Harry Kane. You can see the corner being taken here. Company there is trying to put himself about.
They're playing hide and seek, really, aren't
There's
they?
a little bit of nonsense going on. Rashford with the corner, and you know, it comes to nothing. Obviously, Gareth Southgate is having a word with them, and people are talking about Harry Kane. You know, was he the best striker in the world? I'm not even sure he's the best striker in letter Fleck.
Well, he scored a lot of goals. I don't think Stephen Alkin's right. I don't think anyone will score a hat-trick in the World Cup final. So he'll finish with the golden boot. But he missed a good chance earlier in the second half.
He did. He had a good chance in the second half. I'm not sure, do we have the clip? But there it is there. They're doing the bus thing again. And, yeah, I don't know what he was thinking of there. But it certainly wasn't going towards the goal. You can see his technique here is deserted him. I mean, Brian Kerr said he was jacked. Yeah, I think he probably is jacked, knackered, jaded, bunched, whatever way you want to describe it. But he was crap.
Well, he had a bad final game. He had a fantastic tournament. But, Eamon, I mean, Hazard was still full of running at the end. I know he's a smaller gentleman, but talk us through his goal here, because he was on his toes.
Yeah, this is it. This is, now, there's De Bruyne. He's on the ball. Now he plays, he beats Rio Ferdinand there, and they're goals. He goals. Absolutely beautiful. See, most teams who played against Belgium, they tried to park the bus. England tried to park the QE too, I tell you what. But Eden Hazard found a porthole too there. That's football. That's real football. He's a real football person. He's welcome to my street of real football people any day.
Well,
right?
he's very fit, I'll give him that. You wanted to look at the Belgian defence, Keith, and talk us through, maybe you might use the touch screen to talk us through the difference between the Belgian defence and the English defence, Keith.
We'll be absolutely delighted.
So if you use the touch screen is over there. Ladies and gentlemen, Keith Andrews.
Yeah. Baby.
The big stuff. Who do you think you are, Mr. Big Stuff? You're never gonna get my love. Now because you wear.
Small audition for Dancing with the Stars. Okay, yeah, the Belgian defence, we can see it here. Here we go. You can see them here. It's, you know, they've been...
I'm sorry I can't be there because
doing here?
I'm just about to go into a darkened room and contemplate the future of mankind. In England, people see a team that failed, but I see a team that is deeply and psychologically conflicted. You might see Harry Kane scoring a goal, but I see a man trying to kill his father and do something unrepeatable to his mother.
OK, forget about that. Richie Sadler you're doing there.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't necessarily agree with that at this particular moment in time. I prefer to talk about World Cup team formations at this particular moment in the space-time continuum.
Get rid of him! Get rid of that guy!
Now, you shut up, Eamon.
Now, shut up!
Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, Eamon, shut up.
Now.
All right, he's gone. Get rid of him.
Maybe leave it there, Keith. We seem to have the wrong clip again.
I'd rather give my love to a broke guy that has a love that's true. Oh, yeah.
Keith, you know there's taxpayers' money being spent on this.
And get hurt by you. 'Cause when I give my love, I want love.
Looking good to be Louis Copeland suit, though, huh?
Yeah, beautiful.
Sure you'll get another one, Keith.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, that was a bit of a disaster from the analysis point of view, but I think you get the drift. You know, Belgium, they just, you know, their defensive system, I think, worked well for them today, obviously, because they didn't concede any goals.
And you're saying they worked better than England's because they did concede goals.
Yeah, well, obviously, you know, goals change games.
Good
you know,
point.
and obviously, the more goals you score, the more likely you are to win and prevail.
Duarte pay you for that analysis? Because that's great. That's really good. I tell you what, it's great. If you score
well, it's a
goals,
bit more accurate than some of the stuff that you've been coming out with, Eamon.
Well, listen, you can talk out of your hair all you want. I tell you what. Brian Kerr got it right when he said that England had a better defence. They had a better defence than Belgium. They had a better attack than Belgium, and they had a better midfield than Belgium.
Why did they lose, Eamon?
Now, the other way round. You see, my brain works in reverse. That's the point that I was making, you see, and that's why
Is that why you say completely contradict yourself all the time? Because your brain works in reverse. You say one thing which actually mean the other.
Yes. Now, yeah. Why are you stealing my face?
Why am I stealing your face?
Yeah. Why are you stealing my face?
Well, there's nothing else worth stealing.
All right, gentlemen, cool the jets there. Looking forward to the final tomorrow. We've got two fantastic teams, the best teams in the tournament, Keith. We've got Croatia and we've got France. Who's going to win that one in your mind?
Well, I think you've got arguably the world's best player playing tomorrow for France. You know, he's a Frenchman who has been absolutely superb throughout the whole tournament.
Paul Pogba?
No, not Paul Pogba. And a lot of people are saying as well about N'Golo Kante. Who I played against at a certain stage. I can't actually remember when that was, which is unlike me.
Very unlike you, Keith. You normally remember things that people deliberately forget.
That's right, and I usually can't remember stuff when I'm not telling the truth, but that isn't the case in this particular scenario. But I think that France are going to go all the way. I think they've got some quality individuals, some quality all over the pitch. Quality all over the pitch.
Eamon, would you agree? Do you see France doing it tomorrow, Eamon?
No, I don't. I see Croatia doing it because Croatia have got one of the great midfield players of all time, a man who was modelled in the image of John Giles, who should be here today. Well, not in this seat, but in your seat. He's modelled on John Giles, Luka Modric. Modric is a great player, and he should be the man to lead Croatia.
A little bit overrated. A little bit overrated for my money. For me, Modric is a little bit overrated. You know,
you didn't even play
it's a little bit too diminutive as a midfield general. Yeah, that's what I said. I think the player who's going to dominate, and he's actually the player of the tournament, is Mbappe. Kylian.
No, it's Modric. It's Modric.
No, I think Mbappe.
Modric can't win it on his own, Eamon.
There was one Modric against 20 French players. They'd win it.
Modric would still win if there was one Modric playing 20 French lads.
Well,
you still think Modric would win?
20 Pogbas. Yeah.
It's Mbappe.
It's Modric.
It's Mbappe.
It's Modric.
It's Mbappe.
It's Modric.
It's Mbappe. Who is it, Keith?
It's Mbappe.
If you feel like a room without a roof,
it's Mbappe.
If you feel like happiness is the truth,
it's Mbappe.
If you know what happiness
Mbappe. It's jazzy.
It's Mbappe. Well done, Claire. You weren't watching that match at all. You're watching the hurling.
It is Mbappe.
It is Mbappe. I wish they played the right part of the song. That's it. That's it. Goodbye. From all of us here for this World Cup until the final tomorrow. Go easy.